So we are about an hour and a half from our accommodation here in London, so I checked out the hotel bathrooms and the lighting wasn't too great, so I'm going to do my makeup in the car, and I thought I would walk you guys through it because we have a bit of time, so I can be nice and relaxed and slowly get my makeup done. Now, I've never ever done a tutorial before, so I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm also not an expert in makeup at all, but I have done my makeup quite a lot and I enjoy doing it, so hopefully maybe I will have some tips that you can use. So the first thing I use is my primer. I don't know how people do this. So it's the Hourglass. Jonathan's there.
Hello.
It's the Hourglass Veil. It is not a cheap primer, but it really is the only one that I think really does the job. So I just apply that all over my face. I forgot to mention that actually one of the most important steps before you do your makeup is to clean your face and clean it thoroughly. If there's any hairspray left over from doing your hair, if it's on your face, your makeup will not be even. So I really recommend, and I use the Foreo cleaner with a cleanser, and to just get everything off. Really, really important step, and I make Jonathan do the same before I do his makeup. Moving on to eyebrows, I have this, again it's Hourglass. It's not that I love Hourglass so much, although I do, but it's this little, wow, I'm so average at this. It's this little eyebrow pencil, and so it has on one end the little brush, and then on the other end it has this the actual eyebrow pencil, and it is called Brow Sculpting Pencil, and this is the blonde one. So I just want to brush my eyebrows to the correct shape, and then I want to start to draw on my arch. Now I have the type of eyes that are like where my eyelid and my eyebrow are quite close together. I envy those women that have a lot of space between their eyebrow and their eyelid. That is not me, so I have to draw my eyebrow a little bit higher just to get that illusion. Now I want to just start by making the arch, so it's from the nose across the middle of the eye, and then you kind of know that that's where the high point's going to be. How many makeup tutorials have you ever watched, huh?
Well, at least we're not doing that, what's that thing? Like that challenge where the boyfriend does
the makeup. I've made Jonathan watch these videos where the boyfriend does the makeup. I think that's been done quite a few times. I don't know how exciting that would be if we did that. You can see my eyebrow looks much higher now. Actually, I did a pretty good eyebrow today. Liking that. Maybe I should do tutorials more often. I gotta finish this one off. You can see I've just done the top. Now I gotta color that one in.
Do you normally do that high?
I think I've done it a little bit higher today. I like it though. I like it. I think it's giving me more space here. Alright, let's do the rest. I feel like such a fraud giving people makeup advice. I am not a makeup expert. Dancing advice maybe.
You're not giving advice,
but,
you're just showing people.
I'm just showing you what I do.
What you do, yeah.
But check out other makeup tutorials as well. That's how I've learnt how to do it. Watching lots of makeup tutorials from, there's no really dancing related makeup tutorials online, but you don't need a dancing related one. Just watch lots of tutorials and you kind of get the hang of things. And lots of practice always. Now I tend to do my eyebrows quite a lot darker when oh, there's a truck parking. When I'm getting ready for a comp rather than everyday makeup, because we obviously want it to be a little bit more dramatic and we don't want the eyebrows to be lost. So I still use the same brow pencil that I use every day, but just go over it a little bit more to make it much darker. Well, that's a shame he took out some of the light and the scenic view.
Alright.
Anyway, all good.
I think the light's fine still.
It's not too bad. Jonathan was just saying that he saw one of our competitors doing his hair in the bathroom of the hotel here where I had my hair done. So it looks like we're all kind of scrambling to find space to get ready. It's hard when the competition's so far away from where your accommodation is. Okay, that's not too bad. Now what I do to get it a little bit more even is I take this little it's actually a concealer. My makeup's so messy, but anyway, it's a little concealer by Estee Lauder Double Wear concealer, and so I just take this little brush and I paint some dots both below and on top of my eyebrow. When I saw people doing this, I'm like, for the first time, I thought, what is the point of that? That is not going to help at all. But actually, it really, really does define them. So it is the MAC 191 brush. All my brushes. There we go. And so I use the paint of the concealer. I use the concealer just to kind of really define the line a bit more on both. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there, but you can see that I've just pushed the paint along. Paint the makeup. Maybe you can see the difference between the two now. This one's not as defined as this one. And this side. That looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Alright, you don't need to get the concealer too perfect around, because remember we're going to go over with foundation. Alright, so I've done my eyebrows now. Just put that concealer over the rest of my eyelid, and now I'm going to start work on my eyes. Okay, so this is my go-to kit at the moment, the Urban Decay Naked Heat, and it kind of has all of these type of colors in them, some nudie reddy type of colors. So I always start with the lightest one, which is Ounce, and I put that on the top of my eyelid. So once I do that, I actually use the brush that's in this little Naked Heat kit, and I use the end that's kind of a little bit tapered, and this is kind of a fluffy brush, and I combine the second two, the chaser and sourced, kind of mix them together. I'm going to rub that in the crease of my eyelid. that is that. Then from there, I'm gonna get my pencil brush. So this little pencil brush is MAC 219 and I've had it forever. Still staying the test of time. Now because I have a red dress, I'm kind of going to go with the reddy pinky tones. So I'm probably going to work He Devil into the crease line. That's this one. And it will start to bring in a little bit of color. So it's not going to spread as much as the other brush did. It's going to just kind of define it a little bit more. So there's that pinky red. Okay, now I usually would then work some dark color into it, but this may seem really weird to a lot of people, but I then kind of don't finish my eyes until I finish the rest of my foundation. So we're going to move right along to the foundation. Now the one that I use is MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. You have to make sure you get one that does not have an SPF in it, and this one does not. Focus. Alright, there you go. And it is NC42, that's the one you got to ask for. I have had NC30 and that is slightly too light. This one seems to work the best with my tan, so I'm just going to really rub that on. I love these round brushes, for foundation, and start to put that along all across my face. So I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills contouring kit, which you've probably seen. Everybody's seen it. Everybody has kind of owned it. And using this little Stila brush, I use it as my contouring brush. And so it has the two ends to it. This end I use for my light colors. So I'm going to put the yellow banana-y color onto my eyes, which you've probably seen before. If you're a dancer, you would have probably seen a lot of makeup tutorials, and everybody does this to get that light look on your face. And then I kind of use the middle pinky one to draw this line on my nose, a little bit on my forehead in the middle, and on my chin, and then I use this lightest one on my temples. So it's supposed to replicate where the light would naturally hit your face, and accentuate it a little bit more. Now I get my blending brush, which should be probably a bit more damp than it actually is, and I'm just going to pat that in to my foundation. Now I want to just use one of these darker ones, and I tend to kind of go with this middle one to outline where I want my cheekbones to look a little bit more defined. This top of my forehead really seems to make a difference when I do this, so I add that in, only really lightly because I don't want it to be too much. And on my chin, I look absolutely mad right now. Okay, and blend that in. I kind of just use the other side of the blending. Laura Mercier Translucent setting powder. And this is again the one that everyone uses. And when I actually bought this, the lady said that I had to buy this, and if I didn't buy this, I wasn't doing it right. So there you go. Jonathan's so impressed by that. So you want to just, I'm so awkward at using this because it usually just falls everywhere, but that eye baking thing that people do, so I kind of start with pressing it onto my under eyes. I do this on Jonathan.
Very normal.
I do this on Jonathan as well when I'm doing his makeup for comps, as opposed to when I do his makeup for every day. So I'm gonna press that in and wait for it to bake. That's what people say. That just seems weird to me, but anyway. And then I just kind of dab it on where I put the highlighters. How many makeup car tutorials have you seen on YouTube? Now you've seen it. Alright, so that is done. Oh, I haven't really done my neck, have I? Now, before I put any bronzer, blush, highlighter on, any of those powdery things, I'm going to go back to my eyes, because that's just what we do here. And I'm going to use, actually, I need to go back to that fluffy brush that I used before, part of the kit, and I use, again, Chaser and Sourced, and work it a little bit more under my eyes. So now that I've got my yellow across my eyes, under my eyes, and I've set it with that baked it, I then use this, the same one that I put on my eyelid, just to kind of link it all together. I have to say the under eye eyeshadow is what I think really finishes my makeup look. Alright, now I'm going to work this in. It's called Ember, and it's the darkest one on this kit, and it really, it's almost black, but it's got like a kind of sparkle through it, which I really like. So I'm using the this Sephora brush. It's just called Precision Smudge number 29, and it's good for, again, precision eyeshadow placement. So I'm just going to work it into the corner of that crease. I'm not going to go very far across, and then underneath my eye, just about a third of the way. Oh my gosh. That was a leaf. That was nothing exciting. A third of the way across the eyelid. People are definitely not going to be able to see me do this. Maybe that's for the better. You can just hear me talk. Got to move on to my eyeliner at this point. Maybe I'm doing everything backwards. I have to say, it's only now that I'm walking through it with an audience that I feel like maybe I do things a little back to front that people don't usually do, but that's just how I do it. So I bought this the other day. Look, I already had makeup all over it. I actually got a tester for it and I loved it, and so when I ran out I bought it. It's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and the reason I love it is because it has this really cool tip on it, so you can see that it's really nice.
It's a bit close.
I don't know if that's in. Okay, yeah. So that's just how it is. So it you just press it into the lid, and the eyeliner is wet again, and then it's really easy to draw. quite bad at flicks, but because this eyeliner is so easy to use, it actually, I'm not too bad. Quite deep into where my eye would go, so kind of tries to extend the eye a little bit, so you can see the difference the eyeliner makes on each of my eyes. No eyeliner, eyeliner done. All right, let's do this other side. So now that that's done, I'm going to start my powder bronzer. So I'm again an Anastasia contouring kit, light to medium kit contour. As you'll see here, it's been very used, so it's got makeup all over it. And again, it was a very popular product when it first came onto the scene. So I just want to kind of go over those dark bits that I contoured with the cream, just to really emphasize them. I'm just mixing two of them in together. Now, under my eyes I'm going to use, this one's been used up quite a bit now, but the yellow banana color. Just work that in under the eyes to complement the work I've already done. Alright, now for highlighter, I'm going to use this brush that I actually got for free from Mecca. They gave it to me. Mecca Cosmetica brush. I really like it. Really fluffy kind of a brush. And my wonderful friend Connie actually gave me these, and it was a little kit of Becca highlighters. I think it had like 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 actually, and I used 2 of them for this. The first one is the rose quartz one. Sorry, there's makeup all over it. That's my concealer that I used earlier. Some reason leaks. So I used this lovely beautiful color where just above where I put that what are you doing playing videos, just above where I put my my dark color, so on the cheek, just above on that cheekbone, kind of where I would put my, exactly where I'd put my highlighter, my sorry, my blush. Alright, and then I'm going to use the other one that I have, which is called Opal. And this has to be my favorite one. It is the most beautiful golden shimmery color. And that goes on top of my nose, working up into the forehead. So I like to link these colors together, so I bring back this little flat brush that I have, and I'm going to work this into the very top of my eyelid, just to, so right there, not just under where the black is and where I worked in all of the other colors. That's where I'm going to put it, so that it looks like I've kind of linked it all together with my face. Alright, let's bring back that eyeliner. Now I'm also going to work that little Becca colour, Opal, into the, oh, this is not my Opal, where's Opal? That's rose quartz, this is Opal. Into right under where the brow is sitting to give it, just under there, to give it that little sparkle and highlight. My little blush is, I have a few blushes. The one I like to use for competition is this one. It was given to me by my sister-in-law. Laura Geller is the name, and it is Brulee Blush Lychee Rose. So that's what I use. It really comes out as quite a lovely pink. So thank you, Katie. Alright, now I'm gonna finish it up. Dior Waterproof Mascara. I use this before and after. That's not focusing at all. Before and after Dior show. You get the gist. Before and after I apply my eyelashes. My eyelashes are in the boot. Do you mind getting them for me?
What are they in?
In my tackle box plastic thing.
Also
box? The glue. I don't have the glue, and that's in my little rectangular blue lipstick container. Bring that as well.
I don't know what that is.
It's a blue container. You'll see it's in the upper part of the suitcase. Okay, white eyeliner is, so everybody asks me about this, and it is pretty amazing. It is the Makeup Forever Aqua Ink Liner Extra Large. Yeah. Makeup Forever. And again, it's very white, and it's great to kind of finish off the eyes. So I draw a little line underneath my wing here. Eyelashes. I generally use my hairbrush, which I didn't bring with me because I didn't do my own hair today, to kind of poke them on. So I'm just gonna have to use my hands today. Now I have some MAC eyelashes. I don't have them in the proper container, so I don't know exactly what number they are. But you can use any kind of eyelashes. I find sometimes the cheaper ones are actually just as good, but I like to use nice long ones, so they're as dramatic as they can be. But I saved my special MAC pair for the international championships, so I just lightly dab that on and wait for it to dry. So I'm using this, and I have been using this duo eyelash glue for quite a while now. It seems to be really effective. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And you really have to wait for the glue to dry a little bit, otherwise it just gets so much trickier to do. I've been wanting to try those magnetic eyelashes actually. I really should get a pair, because I'm sick of pulling out eyelashes when I'm pulling these off, especially when you're doing a couple of comps every month. I'm really losing a lot of eyelashes. Alright, so let's see how this one goes. Lovely, so you can see how that just accentuates all of the work I have done on my eye makeup so far. Really kind of makes them look much, much bigger, which I like. And then I'll just work that mascara back into the eyelashes, and I tend to kind of do the back of them as well as front of them, if you know what I mean. I go behind and then in front. I'm just noticing that my eyebrows rather are a little bit light, so I'm just going to quickly go over them before I finish up. What do you reckon? I think it looks good. Lipstick, can't forget that. So I've got a little liner. This is the L'Oreal Paris lip liner, which was actually a gift from Ethan. So I am using your stuff, Ethan, thank you. I have a couple of reds, I can never really decide which one I'm going to go with, but maybe today, because it's the internationals, we will use, actually no, that's a bit dark. I was going to say we'll use my YSL one, but I have another YSL one. This is a beautiful red. I don't know what that's going to, it's going to be a bit clashing. Aha, this is a nice one. This is an Estee Lauder one. It's called Pure Color Envy 340 and Sculpting lipstick, and it's a really nice one. It's not going to focus because it's on my eyes. And I'm just going to work that in. Last but not least, my beautiful little earrings. I have these little Swarovski earrings that are going to, well, it's not exactly makeup, but it finishes off my face. There we go. Makeup complete. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. As I said, this is just how I do my makeup. I'm not in any way a qualified makeup artist, but I have done my fair share of ballroom looks, and this is my go-to at the moment. I hope you guys can replicate it, and I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. We'd also love it if you liked this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next vlog. Maybe I'll do some more tutorials with better lighting in the future. Who knows? We'll see. Bye.